Since 2003, Chelsea Football Club have been on a massive upward trajectory like no one would ever believe ever since the Abramovich takeover, and today, I am going to show you how this small London club turned into one of the biggest football clubs in Europe, so sit back, relax and enjoy. Welcome to the Blue Dragon YouTube channel, the home of Premier League and Championship football content, taking a look at everything that is going on. Today I plan to take a look at one of Europe's biggest teams, Chelsea Football Club. Put down below in the comments what you think of the current state at Chelsea. Leave a like if you enjoy, and I'm very close to 100 subscribers, so it would mean a lot if you could subscribe. But other than that, let's get on with the video as we take a deep dive into Chelsea FC. The takeover. In 2003 we saw the biggest moment in the history of Chelsea Football Club, a moment that would change the club forever. Roman Abramovich had bought Chelsea Football Club for £140 million. In an interview with the BBC he said, "I don't want to throw my money away, but it's really about having fun, and that means success and trophies." It was rumoured that he was in the market to also buy Manchester United Football Club. There were several allegations that the London-based football club was purchased by the orders of Vladimir Putin, who isn't the friendliest man in the world, but we will get more into that later. As soon as Roman Abramovich bought the club, he quickly got to work on clearing the club's debt of £80 million. And it was clear to see that Roman was there to transform Chelsea Football Club, as he brought in some massive signings such as Joe Cole and a young Glenn Johnson. In fact, they quickly spent over £100 million on players, which was massive for the time. But the current manager Ranieri was not able to match up to the big ambitions of Chelsea, and he was swiftly replaced by one of the biggest names in football that Roman was hoping would make Chelsea a global force, and that is exactly what happened. Jose Mourinho. When Jose arrived in the capital, it was clear to see he meant business, and neither him nor Abramovich were going to want to hang around too much before success. And this would prove to be the most successful period in the history of Chelsea Football Club, winning the Premier League twice in a row in 2006 and 2007. Also, Chelsea went on to win the League Cup in 2005 and 2007, while also winning the FA Cup in 2007. Chelsea had become a trophy-winning machine that was not looking to slow down anytime soon. In this time there were many great Chelsea players who are still regarded as some of the best to ever play at Stamford Bridge, such as Frank Lampard, John Terry and of course Drogba. Jose had many memorable moments as the boss of Chelsea Football Club, none more memorable than when he called himself the Special One in a press conference with the English media, a tag which has to the very day followed him around for the rest of his long managerial career, unfortunately for Jose after a bad start to the 2008 season. He was sacked as Chelsea manager, but this did not mean the end of success at Chelsea. In fact, the opposite was about to record, as Abramovich was prepared to spend big money for big players. More success. Abramovich and the Chelsea board appointed Avram Grant as the new head coach of the football club, and as is usual with Chelsea managers, he led the club to further success, reaching the club's first ever Champions League final, in which they narrowly lost out to Manchester United in a 0-0 draw. But he was soon to be replaced by caretaker manager Gareth Hiddink, who guided the team to win the FA Cup in 2009. Soon the new face at Stamford Bridge was Carlo Ancelotti, and he quickly became known for his extremely attacking style of football, as he won the Premier League and FA Cup in the same season, Chelsea becoming the first team in the Premier League to score 100 goals in a league season. Over the last 7 years Chelsea had become one of the biggest sides in England, and they had not stopped winning for the past 7 years, but the one trophy that they had not been able to get their hands on yet was of course the Champions League trophy. But in 2012 Roberto Di Matteo led the club to an historic Champions League victory, defeating favourites Bayern Munich 4-3 on penalties. They also went on to win the FA Cup in the same season. Chelsea had standout players all over the park. In goal Peter Cech, in defence Terry, Lampard in midfield, and of course Drogba was an unstoppable force that just could not stop scoring for Chelsea and played a vital role in the Champions League returning to London. In the years that followed that famous victory in the Champions League, Chelsea reintroduced Jose as manager. The club won a League Cup and the Premier League again before he was sacked after a poor start to the 2016 season. In the years that followed they won the Premier League and FA Cup and a Europa League. And in 2021 under Thomas Tuchel the club defeated Manchester City 1-0 in the Champions final for their second ever Champions League final, and Chelsea were once again on top of the world, but for how long? The decline. After 2021 success started to dry up for Chelsea and all of a sudden something that no one thought would happen happened. Russia announced an invasion on Ukraine, and as part of a sanction on Russia, Roman Abramovich was no longer the owner of Chelsea Football Club, leaving the club in a massive mess, and Todd Boehly is the new owner of Chelsea. And since then we have seen an absolute disaster class, with Chelsea going through managers like a knife through butter. And they still haven't won a major trophy since the Champions League final. Despite spending over £1 billion last season, they finished mid-table in the Premier League. But a bright spark for Chelsea has been the addition of Cole Palmer, who is an absolute beast. It remains to be seen where this football club will end in the future, but the last 20 years have been extraordinary for Chelsea Football Club ever since the Abramovich takeover in 2003. The end. Right, I hope you enjoyed my take on the ups and downs of Chelsea Football Club over the last 20 years. Comment where you think Chelsea will finish this season, or where your team will finish. If you did enjoy the video, then be sure to give it a like and subscribe for similar content. If you have any video recommendations, I would love to hear them. Go and check out my Premier League predictions to see where I think Chelsea will finish this season. But other than that, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a good day, and come on the boys.